What's up, guys? It's Chris RST. This is in relation to the last video I posted on the TTR 125. So I did successfully get it running. Now that did not come without some problems and complications. So it has a new it came with a new top end when I got it. In the previous video I mentioned how I had a bent intake and exhaust valve, which I replaced. I set the timing on the engine directly, not missing a tooth. I made sure that the head bolts were nice and tight, so there's no head gasket leaks. It did come with a new carb, which I am using in this case. Now I did order another carb. The choke cable, for some reason, like half works, half doesn't work. So just keep that in mind. It has, I got a new air intake tube since I was missing. It has an air filter. It had no restrictions. So what happened was when I first installed the engine, I couldn't get to run. No kicks or nothing. So what I did is I put my hand over the intake port for this, and I got to start because it created enough vacuum. My problem was there was too much air getting into the engine, which was causing it to not start, especially when cold. So what I did is I got that tube hooked up, and then there's an intake down in there, and I put some tape over it, which allowed it to like kind of choke the engine out, which got it to start. So I diagnosed it. I cleaned out the carb cleaner. I cleaned it out really good. I made sure I checked the float. Put new full tank of fresh fuel in here, which I'm actually gonna get. I have a new fuel peacock on order because this old one's all rusted and shot. But so I did get successfully start and hold an idle. That's what took the longest, is to hold an idle. That required me to mess with the idle air screw, which is right below that flapper thing. That idle air screw. So I had to mess with that. I also had to mess with the pilot screw, which is right over there. That's this thing right here. So I had to mess with that. If you're having troubles with these things starting, especially on cold starts, that could be your problem. Because right now this thing starts one kick. Here, I'll show you. It's a neutral. Oh, maybe not. Gotta get a good kick on here. Well, it would help if the fuel was on, I guess, right? Give it a second. There we go. Fuel is off. As you can see, we got an idle here. Smooth idle, no smoke. Sounds good. Works. I have a smooth functioning idle. The kill switch works. So obviously you can see we do have a functioning idle on this. It still needs work. It still needs a new seat cover, a new spark plug. The plastics need to be redone. The wheels need to be really cleaned up because I have some rust. Check the tire pressures, but overall, engine's running well. It also needs a new shifter. I kind of jerry-rigged the shifter to work a little bit last night because it was kind of loose, but it still needs a new shifter. Brakes work good. It needs a whole new bolt kit. All the bolts are missing. But I got the bike running. It runs basically a one kick start. Just do it again just to show you. Here, shorts up. See, one kick start. Now I was driving around, so it is a little warm. But it shifts through all 5 gears smoothly and quickly. Idle's there, steering's tight, all that. So if you guys need any help on these bikes, please leave a comment below. I did this rebuild myself Took a few days because I was working and stuff and didn't work on it on the weekends, but other than that, it was a very simple rebuild. I'm gonna check. I gotta check the oil. I still gotta run through his bike, but it goes forward. It goes forward. So, this is my '04 TTR 125.